The movie starts with a guy named Jason. The guy is a great singer who is rapidly gaining popularity on social media. He records a video in which he explains to the audience that his father Mason and his sister go to a Catholic boarding school, and he wrote a song about it. At that moment, somewhere near a roadside gas station, an unknown girl hides the girl's body in the trunk of a car, then disguises herself as a nun in a restroom. A few days later, Jason and his sister Zoe are brought to a Catholic school after summer vacation. Their father is against Jason's passion for music, but despite this the boy still brings his guitar with him. The school principal's sister Rebecca promises to take care of the guy. Then she introduces him to a new teacher named Sophia. The girl can't take her eyes off the student.
And a bit of a celebrity from what I hear.
Really? You must be quite good.
But Jason greets his sister Sophia rather coolly. The principal apologizes for the young man's behavior and says that he has difficulties in the family. During the summer vacation, drunk Jason crashed his father's car, after which the man became too strict to his son. So Jason takes his anger out on others. Later, the principal gets to know his new teacher better. Sophia has excellent references from her past school, but Sister Rebecca is surprised by the new teacher's makeup.
Although I don't know what the protocol was at St. Val's, but here we prefer our teachers wear no makeup.
The principal shows Sophia to her room. When Rebecca leaves, the girl starts unpacking the suitcase with her name on the tag. She smirks at the things that were in the suitcase. Then she pulls out some red lace underwear from her gym bag. Afterward, she repeatedly listens to Jason's song on her laptop and kisses the screen. A little later, she sees him perform the same song live.
I'm stuck on the ground.
That was beautiful.
The girl confesses that she knows about the problem in Jason's family, so she suggests that the guy talk about it sometime alone. The next morning, Sophia meets the class and notices Jason flirting with Sarah. She takes the girl's lip gloss and immediately moves her away from Jason. Zoe is surprised by the nun's behavior. She forgot her morning prayer before class and she doesn't seem to know any words. Zoe tells Jason about her suspicions, but he is not aware of her correspondence with Sarah. The girl is very different from her brother. She spends practically all her time on her studies and worries about her brother's well-being. That's why she's against his relationship with Sarah. Jason takes it out on Zoe because he is tired of the whole family trying to tell him what to do. To sniff out the situation, Sophia approaches Jason and tries to find out about his relationship with Sarah.
So, this Sarah? Is she your girlfriend?
No, I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, I'm surprised.
She is surprised that such a popular guy doesn't have a girlfriend. Jason can't believe the nun is into him, and he naturally has no idea that Sophia devotes all her free time to his art. The next morning, the nun is furious when she sees Sarah kissing Jason.
Miss Croft!
Sophia warns the student that she will not tolerate such behavior within the walls of the convent.
You're new here, so I doubt you know who my dad is. I mean, he practically pays for this school.
I don't care who your daddy is. Do not let me catch you with that boy ever again.
After class, she invites Jason to her room for an educational talk.
You didn't think you were gonna get off the hook that easy, did you? Besides, I thought you said that Sarah wasn't your girlfriend. Come to my chambers after your last class and we'll have a word.
The girl prepares her trap for the bow. She puts on red underwear and supposedly accidentally leaves the door to the room open, so that the student can peep at her. Jason intends to knock on the door. It bounces open and he sees Sophia in her underwear. Sophia knows he's watching. The guy eventually runs away and her plan works, for the young man can't think of anything, dreaming of the hot noon all night. Every Friday, the parents take the students away for the weekend. Sophia notices Sarah cuddling with Jason again. She asks Rebecca to leave the convent for the weekend, as she needs to take care of her aunt who is very seriously ill. In the evening, the boy has another fight with his father about his music career. Sophia follows him, then sneaks into the yard and watches him playing guitar by the pool. She is distressed to hear his sweet conversation with Sarah on the phone. On her way back to school, she sneaks into the girl's dorm and tosses a joint in Sarah's textbook. On her way back, she bumps into the principal. Zoe wakes up to the noise and overhears their dialogue.
I thought I might have heard some rustling.
The next morning, Sophia asks the students to open their books and, as if by accident, finds weed in Sora's book. This is followed by a big scandal in the educational institution. The management expels the girl from the school. Sophia offers to check all the students, and strangely enough, they find a bottle of blackheads at Jason's place, which had been planted earlier by Sophia. DeBow tries to justify himself, but no one believes him.
I've never seen that before.
Then why was it found under your mattress?
Sophia nobly defends the boy, offering to keep him at school for the next weekend as punishment. Later, the priest admires Sophia's nobility and the girl confesses that her path to God began with a song. She remembers the first time she heard Jason's song and decided to get the guy at any cost. When she heard that a new teacher was going to transfer to their school, she decided to take a chance. She found the noon and brutalized her. Finding out that it was Sophia's idea to leave Jason for the weekend, Zoe decides to support her brother and stays at school too. At the weekend, she sees a noon trying to seduce her brother, but in the evening she sneaks into his room. Sophia turns on the camera on her phone, then starts to undress. The guy wakes up. He tries his best to hold back, but eventually gives up and they start making love in front of her camera. In the morning, Jason realizes that he made a big mistake. He tries to explain it to the noon, but Sophia assures him that they are made for each other and asks him not to tell anyone about it, because if his sister finds out about it, she'll probably tell his strict father. When the guy goes to breakfast, the girl sneaks into his room and enjoys the smell of his clothes. Zoe catches her at this busy affair. Danoon quickly excuses herself by saying she's looking for illegal substances from the students and chases Zoe away, because girls are forbidden to enter the men's dormitory. After the lessons, the noon calls Zoe and says that she has failed the test. The girl does not believe it, as she is the strongest student in the class. Sophia indulgently lets her correct her grade in the evening. The noon deliberately leaves the answers to the texts in a prominent place so that Zoe notices them, and when the girl out of curiosity decides to check the answers against her last paper, Sophia catches her and immediately brings Zoe to the principal. The noon complains about the student, but Rebecca knows Zoe as the best student, so she forgives her. Zoe tells the principal her suspicions about Sophia and mentions that the teacher does not say morning prayers at the class, and every time she asks one of the students to recite it instead of the teacher. Jason still can't forgive himself for what he's done. He's going to confess to a priest. He confesses that he's sinned, but it turns out it was Sophia who listened to him in the confessional. She succeeds in seducing the guy again. A few days later, the bishop arrives at the monastery, who personally knows the real Sophia. The imposter comes out of her room and hears them talking about her. The girl realizes that the bishop may reveal her deception and quickly runs away. In the evening, Jason fights with his father again and goes to Sarah's house for a party in retaliation. Sophia follows him. At the party, Sarah tries to seduce the guy, but Sophia and their past time together dominate his thoughts. He pushes Sarah away and goes outside for some air with a bottle of beer in his hands. Sarah tries to catch up with him and notices the word bitch scratched into her car. A policeman stops Jason, noticing the alcohol in the hands of the teenager. He intends to detain the guy, but suddenly Sophia comes to the guy's aid. The officer is unable to refuse the pleas of the noon and releases the guy under her responsibility. Jason is afraid to go home drunk. Sophia takes advantage of this moment and brings him to the motel. She changes clothes, but the guy tries to stop the girl, saying that their relationship is a big mistake. But Sophia confesses her love. She says that she is very wealthy and is ready to provide the guy with musical education in Paris, which he dreams of. Jason realizes that the girl is mentally disturbed and does not want to see her anymore. After these words, the girl is furious. Meanwhile, Jason's father remembers his wife's words that their son has his own way in life. The man finds his son on a bench and apologizes for pressuring him to go to medical school and promises that he will respect his passion from now on. They try it on, and Jason goes home. The next day, as Jason and Zoe head off to school, Zoe notices someone driving away from their house in a hurry. It turns out Zoe has been following the student all night. When Zoe returns to school, she discovers that the black Honda belongs to Sophia. Jason enters his room and finds Sophia unconscious on her bed. He is startled to find pills scattered about. Worried for her life, the guy starts to give her CPR, but she kisses him back. Turns out that's Sophia's way of making sure Jason cares about her. The guy is furious and threatens to tell the principal, but Sophia reminds him how much his father's reputation at work will suffer. Later, before class, Sophia tells Jason to say a prayer. She doesn't notice Sister Rebecca watching her from the hallway. The principal sees that the nun does not open her mouth during the prayer. Rebecca invites Sarah into the classroom and tells her that they have reinstated the student because her parents sponsor the school. Sophia, feeling threatened, asks Jason to stay after class. She tries to convince him that they belong together.
I don't want you talking to that girl.
You can't tell me what to do. Sarah's my friend.
But Jason leaves and defiantly strikes up a conversation with Sarah. He sees that Sophia is watching him and purposely suggests that Sarah spend more time together. In the end, the distraught girl decides to take drastic action. In the evening, she sneaks into the shower room and beats Sarah to death, making it look like an accident. Jason suspects Sophia of doing it, says he'll tell the cops everything. The girl shows him the video of their first night and blackmails the guy.
Maybe I'll put it online, or maybe I won't, if you act nice.
It would ruin you too.
I'm already ruined. And I don't care.
When the parents take the kids home on Friday, Sophia lies to her sister Rebecca that she has to go to her aunt's funeral and goes to a restaurant where Jason's family is having dinner. And despite Jason's objection, his parents invite her to the table.
Well, I should get back to my table. It was good seeing you.
I hope that you two find some comfort this weekend.
Pardon me, are you dining alone this evening?
Well, yes. I just came from my aunt's funeral. She passed away earlier this week.
Oh, sister, we're so sorry to hear that. Well, we can't let you dine alone. Please, you should join us.
Sophia immediately puts the phone on the table as if to hint to the boy not to say too much. During the conversation, Zoe notices some inaccuracies in Sophia's story about her hometown, but she manages to turn it into a joke. After dinner, the boy has nothing to do but confess everything to his sister. Zoe says that Sophia is not a nun at all and that she is probably not Sophia at all. In order to find evidence for the police, they plan to steal her laptop. Meanwhile, Rebecca wants to send flowers to Aunt Sophia's grave, but the clinic says there is no such woman. She realizes that Sophia tricked her. The next morning, when Rebecca calls Sophia for a frank conversation, the students sneak into Sophia's room. They find the real Sophia's laptop and become convinced that their new teacher is an imposter. They also find her real laptop and are horrified to discover that the girl has been following Jason for years.
Laura Patterson.
Is that her real name?
She's not a nun. You were right. She's been pretending the whole time. We gotta show this to Sister Rebecca now.
Meanwhile, Rebecca brings Sophia out into the open, but the girl decides to get out of trouble the way she used to. While searching for Rebecca, Jason and Zoe stumble upon Sophia. They threaten her with the police and all the evidence in her laptop. After that, the girl attacks the teens. Having immobilized the guy, the imposter decides to get rid of his sister, who is interfering with their happiness. At this moment, Rebecca comes to the rescue. She distracts Sophia from the kids. At that moment, Jason pulls out a screwdriver and stabs Sophia in the back. The imposter is killed. At the end of the school year, we see Jason and Zoe after prom. Their parents give Zoe a car, but Jason gets a decent guitar. Now we know exactly who their family's favorite child is. Friends, in preparing some good movie retellings for you, the work requires a lot of effort and time. So subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the best, and turn on the notification. Thanks for watching. See you soon.